Bonjour, annyeonghaseyo, konnichiwa, mabuhay. Hello tasters, hello world. If you're new to my channel, my name is Franz Gabriel. Today I will be making one of my new favorite treats, Japanese mochi. It is mochi ice cream. There are like different variations of mochi, I think, and I'm so excited to make it today. Good morning tasters, it's your girl Franz and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm so sorry if there's any background noise, it's because our dogs are barking. Well, without further ado, I'm not gonna talk too much. Let's start making our mochi. This recipe is super easy and I hope you guys enjoy this video. The ingredients we will need are rice flour, water, sugar, food coloring, and of course ice cream. Here is our first step. The first step is to mix together our sugar and water into the rice flour. Then add in our water. Okay, you want to make sure that there are no lumps in here. And for today, we'll be making actually 3 different flavors, vanilla, ube, and chocolate. Okay, so I'm heating up some water right here. And once we place in our mochi dough slash batter, I'm going to put this towel on top and then place the cover so that it soaks up all the water and moisture coming from our dough. Okay, so now I'm going to place it in. Then I'm going to cover it like I said and then place the cover on there and let it sit for around 7 minutes. I'm actually doing half the recipe. I'll see you guys in a bit. So this just came out of the stove and I kind of mixed it around. It cooked for around, or steamed for around 7 minutes. And this is the right consistency. It's really nice and, it's nice and sticky, but not too watery and neither not too hard. Now I'm going to like sort of let this cool down so that it doesn't burn our hands. Trust me, this is hot and you don't want to burn yourself with it. So I'm gonna let this sit here for around like 5 or 10 minutes just to let it cool down a bit. And then I'll be back in a little while. I'm sprinkling down some rice flour and yes, this is a lot of rice flour. Okay, so now we have this kind of little cheek of dough and I'm going to split it into around 3 and cut it there and there. And I'm going to move two of these aside. So I'm going to take one of these and roll it around in my hand a bit more and then just pat that down. Okay, now I'm going to take some food coloring and dye it purple for ube, my dad's favorite. I'm not gonna put too much because I want it to be a like nice light pastel color. Oh wow. Do be very careful though. Feel free to use gloves if you want. I just feel like gloves constrict my movement. Just more rice flour. Don't put too much though. We don't want to end up with super dry dough. That is such a nice color of purple. Nice shade of purple, I mean. Next, we are going to make our brown dough for our chocolate. Now, this one is a bit more complicated because we will be using 2 colors. And we have to get the right shade, not too dark also. So like we have to be very careful on how much we put. I'm gonna add like very little of red and very little of green. Like very little. Okay, that's like too little. Okay. Then mix that up. Just make sure it's coated in nice. Being very careful. And kind of just mixing that around until I get the right shade of brown that I want. Just like a nice neutral color. And from seeing this, I feel like I need more green, so I'm going to add more green. You just need to continue adding until you feel satisfied enough with the color that you have. For me, I like having it neutral, but feel free to customize to your liking. I think this is good now. It has like the color of the chocolate ice cream, but a bit more lighter. And it's not too dark. And I think it's perfect. For the vanilla, we are going to keep it just white. So that's all, and now we are going to start rolling out and actually making our mochi. I'm rolling out our dough with this small kind of fondant rolling pin. You can use like one of those big wood rolling pins, but I'm like, nah, those are too big. I'm going to cut I kind of flip it in between a lot of times just so that we get a nice even thing on each side. Okay, so now I am going to cut it out. I'm using a pretty big mold. The trick to this is to roll your dough out really thin and make sure what the dough area that you cut out is big so that you have a lot of room to like kind of clamp it, I mean. And now I'm just going to take this circle and kind of pat off some of the dust. And then I'm going to just set this aside and then roll out the other doughs. Okay, so I am going to line out our tray with some cling wrap. I am just cutting it off. I'm going to cut this in half and then cut these individual ones into half. Why we're using a cupcake tray for molding this is so that it kind of has like a pre-mold, if that makes sense. These 3 pieces of cling wrap, and I'm going to place each one of our little dough discs in here. Be very careful because our dough is delicate. And I'm going to place our chocolate dough here. And then place our ube dough right here. Finally, our vanilla dough. And then place it down. Our vanilla dough is definitely the thinnest out of this all. Okay, so now we are going to place in our ice cream and mold it. Okay, so I have all 3 of my ice creams here, chocolate, ube, and vanilla. I'm going to start off with chocolate and then escalate. I place that right in the center of our chocolate dough, and I'm going to kind of like a dumpling. I took one hand here, like one piece of dough, and then just pushed our dough in. Just like that. Very easy, very, very simple. Make sure to be gentle because our dough is very, very delicate. And then closing that up. And then, there we are! So cute! It's not perfect, of course, but it's so cute and pretty. And then I'm just going to take our cling wrap and then cover that up. And then we're going to put this in the freezer to freeze. Look, it's so cute! Okay, now I'm going to do our ube and then vanilla. Then just close it. This dough is a bit more delicate than chocolate dough, so I'm just being very careful. Once again, cut off the top. It looks like a dumpling. Oh, so cute! It's a little mochi baby. I'm going to finally finish it off by adding in my vanilla ice cream. And then just clamp that. Oh wow, this one's big. There's multiple ways to do it, but I kind of just do it the dumpling way, as I call it. Just looks like an actual dumpling. And then rip the top off. And then I'm just going to close that up once again. Look at this beautiful little mochi baby! Ah, I'm so happy. Okay. So now we are going to put this in the freezer to freeze for around like 15 minutes or more if you want. And then we are ready to eat it. Yay, I'm so excited. Look at our mochi. Oh wow, it looks so good. I'm so excited to try it. Wow. Cold. Give me 1 second, please. It's so cold. The wonderful flavor of the mochi dough complements the flavor of the ice cream, especially in vanilla, because like it's just like a match made in heaven, you know, like it just feels like you're up on the clouds. Like it's so good. I actually never really liked mochi when whenever like we would buy it in stores and stuff, but like this mochi is where it's at. If you don't like mochi, like make this recipe, like you will fall in love with it, that I promise to you. Now I kind of want to try out the chocolate and the ube. Cheers. That's very messy. But the chocolate tastes so luscious and it's like smooth and it's just like, it's a beautiful symphony of flavor. But of course not as good as the vanilla. Okay, final one, I'm going to try out our ube. Wow, okay, that is very slippery. My dad will love that. The ube flavor is so vibrant and kind of like pops in your mouth. It's just so enjoyable and wonderful to make, and this is actually super easy. For me at first it wasn't easy because I didn't actually get as many tips as I got as I continued making it. Like throughout the week I kept on making it and making it. I kept on making so many batches and I fell in love with the mochi. I was like, I'm never gonna eat another mochi after doing all of this ever again. But like all of a sudden I fell in love with it. And this isn't the mochi that you see in the mall where it's like you really like smooth top and stuff, but this is like a homemade mochi where it's like made from the heart, made with love, made with hard work also. So like I feel like this is better, you know, like it's so easy to make also rather than going out to the store and buying. And considering the whole situation right now, like it's better to make your own. Like the ingredients are really simple to find and probably everyone has ice cream, am I right? Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. This is the end, and if you like this, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this to your friends, and comment down below what you think I should make next, and I will try to make it happen. Also follow me on my Instagram and Facebook pages at homemadebyfranz. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget, be positive, share love, luscious taste, homemade by Franz.